It's just different.
Flow terrific, acting so prolific. Motivation bars, I keep my niggas lifted. I met some roadblocks, was focused on precision. We had to switch our train of thoughts to make it through conditions. Swimming with them sharks, they think it's dinner time. Either you stand up like a man or you the first in line. I saw my destiny arise, I visualized the times. But God ain't never made mistakes, so I just follow signs. See, they been doubting since legit, I'm like, it's no way. Baby coming through, I got the juice, I'm like, it's OJ. She wanna stay for weeks, I tell her, baby girl, it's no way. Niggas talk the flyers, in reality it's Mayday. But I can taste that blood in my mouth again. Who the fuck they challenging? It's a shame I gotta show these niggas who the king again. Gifted with ability, so who the fuck they questioning? I was raised with niggas that'll spin you over hustling. We done be some silly odds, be careful how you play your cards. I know it's been a minute since you seen a nigga spit this hard. Grew up with some killers that'll pull it out the boulevard. I know it's the grace of God to shield me like a bodyguard. Damn, dangerous days in the city limits. You know they brought us niggas up that never show no feelings. The people feeling in their soul when your shit disappears. It's getting beneficial when you know your shit the illest. What's up?
I was a menace from an adolescent. Always kept a weapon and highly respected. But nowadays I'm surfing them like a tidal wave. Bitches often praise a nigga cause I got plenty cake. Don't be approaching me, nigga, cause it don't look right. Youngin' was talking shit, my hitters took flight.
I'm working on the iron.
Yeah. Feel me? They say I'm bringing the real back, and it feel like it. Since I came in the game, yeah, it's been nothing like it. I swear to tell the truth and never speak a lie, cause in my hood, them niggas never make it out alive. I run with niggas, society label menace, but the loyalty they show me is something I call authentic. They told me expose the opposition, get them. They speak behind your back, so I don't even really hear them. Got the doubters considering I'm the one for it all. Knew I was fit for the...
Hey, y'all vibe with me for a little bit, man. This is Logo Talk. We about to talk a little bit about this USF upset in the swamp, man. Y'all smash that retweet button. We almost at 900. I just got it rolling, bruh. We're going to vent about it, bro. We can't tackle nobody. We can't call the plays. But me personally, I entertain. I talk about my Florida Gators who I'm passionate about. I appreciate everybody in the comments. Let me check it out right now. I know I'm going to get some trolls, but it's all a part of the gig. We take none of this stuff personal, bro. I'm here to talk about the gig that is the coaching job at the University of Florida. Here to talk about this program I grew up cheering for passionately since I've been born. We've all just passionate fans, right? A lot of us wanted a new coach last year. I'm going to let the room build a little bit. I'm going to let the room build. Y'all smash that retweet button. I'm going to be right back with you. I'm figuring out some things on the back end. I'm kind of throwing this last minute. I left my lights down in Miami. I had to go buy me a ring light because I don't want to be on this joint too dark, you know? I want y'all to see me a little bit. But we finna get this thing rolling and talk about it, bruh. This is Logo Talk. And we here for the sad occasion of USF running down on my Florida Gators. There were signs last week. We're going to talk about it, bruh. There were signs last week. I'm going to let this music keep playing while I let the room build. We already at almost 1,200, man. Y'all smash that retweet button. It don't cost nothing to show love, man. Let's hang out.
Was fit for the struggle, well, since the moment it called. I keep it true with the people and hold it down for the cause. But I've been waiting for praise, but never got that applause. So I'm gonna make them pay attention for the sake of peace. And to all the weak rappers, may you rest in peace. They label me as an alien in my city streets, cause I don't follow the crowd, I'm with my city.
Smash that retweet button, man. This is Logo Talk brought to you by the good folks at Alma Mater Designs, man. We about to talk some Florida Gator USF upset. Bruh, I think we've all seen enough. I'm not here to call for nobody's job. It is what it is. The position that the University of Florida is in right now is not the greatest, bruh. Talent everywhere. Talent exuding. Every time you look at the roster, every time that you can see it on the field. Vernell Brown, Eugene Wilson, just explosiveness, just jumping off the screen. And then it's just not moving smooth. I know there were fans out there last week saying, oh, we're just keeping it vanilla because it's LIU. I don't care if it's LIU, FIU, NIU. It don't matter. Even the basic plays should be executed smoother in year 4. It wasn't looking like we was ready to be a playoff team last week. I said that on Stadium Miguel. Like, we got some things to clean up. And I was going to be watching how we perform this week because last week, you got to keep it a bean. I know I said I'm going to let the room build, but I'm just going to talk. Got to be a realistic football fan, right? You got to be a realistic football fan. If you watch college football last week and you watch Miami play Notre Dame, you watch Texas play Ohio State, while it wasn't the cleanest of games, it looked different. We played LIU last week. It didn't look like we were on that level. Miami went and hired a real deal offensive coordinator. Shannon Dawson could call play. He was dialing it up. Notre Dame looked good. They lost, but they looked good. They looked prepared. It looked like they had an identity. It looked like, bro, regardless how this game shake out, both of these teams are probably playoff caliber teams. I got my phone going crazy. All my homeboys blowing me up. For sure. It didn't look right, bro. Let me get to the comments so I can engage with y'all, hang out. Y'all smash that retweet button. Peeves, I see you, my guy. Everybody that's in the comments, thanks for pulling up. I ain't gonna be on here too long. I gotta grill my son a burger. Marcus Graham, hey, bro, it's all I do. I do my job, bro. Shout out to everybody that's in the comment section, Miami fans, Florida State fans, all of that. You just in year 4, you got to be clicking earlier. Last year, we dealt with this, bro. I was glad we didn't have a big game 1 because it takes these guys a while to try to figure out personnel and everything out. But you don't have that luxury in year 4. Like, I don't know what the preparation is like. Golish had that boy in a headlock. You hear me? The talent ain't even close to being the same. But it looked the same as we were executing plays. They were finding a way. They were gashing us. And it wasn't them out talenting us. It was them out coaching us. We on what? How many quarterbacks now? It was AR at first. Graham Mertz just didn't have enough talent. Now look where we are. We're with DJ Lagway, and it's the same thing. It's the quarterback. No, it's the guys in charge. It starts at the top. It ends at the top for me. At this point, you got playmakers all over the field. We were gaslit. The fans that thought, last year, even the run they made at the end wasn't enough. The fans that said, yeah, I still don't think it's enough. Nice little wins toward the end. That was cool, but we still didn't think we were gaslit. And I could get my content off without being disrespectful, without calling people for people's jobs, all of that, bruh. We just gonna talk straight up ball. And sometimes when you look at it, trust your eyes. You don't have to be a football guru to see bad football. Let's end that. I know there's some guys out there that coach this game at high school levels and all of that, and they probably got a little bit more intel and intelligence on how offensive plays work, how scheming work, all of that development. That's cool. But bro, if you've been watching this game, for any considerable amount of time, and you've seen Steve Spurrier call plays, you've seen that offense, you've seen Urban Meyer's offense. You seen Dan Mullen when he just calling plays. I ain't talking about recruiting, but just calling plays and seeing how the nuances of an offense gets explosives, go vertical. When you look at this offense, there's a lot to be desired. And you don't have to be a football guru to see that there's something missing here. This is not big boy football and big boy play calling. There is no giving away the play sheets for me. This is an unserious year. Yeah, every serious program, every serious coach. I can't scroll down the comments, bro. Hold on. Every serious program, every serious coach, bro. When you see, you know, something going wrong in the season, and the season not playing out, you're not really getting to that next level in the program. You got to hire and fire people. You can't keep your boys around trying to find a soft landing for them elsewhere. This is big boy football. This is the big leagues, brother. I mean, Tez, you ain't you ain't. I mean, I tried to last year. You know, we did a whole coaching board on Stadium Miguel, and we caught a lot of flack for it. We caught a lot of flack for creating a coaching board while he was still. And I said I wouldn't do it again because it gets weird. When you're trying to do content with some of the players and you just put a coaching board together where you fired their coach, right? It gets a little sticky. You could get blackballed, you could get told, hey, don't go on their platform, all of that. So I told myself I wasn't gonna do that again. I'm gonna wait till, the final hammer come down. Then, when the decision's made, we'll create a coaching board. That don't mean I can't give my opinion about what I'm seeing on the field. It's not a pretty product. It's disgusting. I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed of what I just saw in the swamp. I was kind of embarrassed last week versus LIU. And like I said on the timeline during the week, these coaches change. I've been around this for a very long time, not just as a fan. I've been doing media for a long time. All of these coaches, they're gonna get their attitudes. They're gonna try to blackball certain people in media, all of that, bro. These coaches change. This logo remain the same, so I'm gonna keep it plain. I'm gonna keep it plain because y'all gonna change seats. You blackballing me. You got about 6 more months on the clock, Playboy. Like I'm gonna get my opinion off. I'm gonna get my takes off, bruh. This is a terrible product. USF ain't got half the talent we got. I can't scroll down and see all y'all comments. I'm trying to hold on, bro. Give me just a moment. Y'all vibe with me. There, I see the tab right there. Technology. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now I'm at the bottom. Let me catch up on some of my comments because I want to engage with y'all. I want to engage. Yeah, these next few weeks, bruh. Like, bro, it take me 4 hours to drive to Gainesville, 4 plus. Because once you hit 75, it gets a little wicked. It takes me 4 hours to get to Gainesville. Billy can't get 4 hours there and 4 hours back, 8 hours, and then whatever I'm sitting down watching the game, whatever bread it costs, he can't get that out of me, bro. I was using these first two games to kind of gauge. I didn't buy a single ticket. I haven't set up a single tailgate for a reason because I wanted to see what the product looked like before I start investing my time and energy into something that's just not going to that next level. So my plan was to watch these 2 weeks and then decide if I'm doing the Miami tailgate, which is an hour away, right? He can't even get an hour drive out of me, bro. He just can't. But I've been just skeptically watching, and to see if we turn that corner, to see if these guys, if Lagway makes this offense. It was a bad combination of a couple things. Lagway coming in rusty and not having the offseason, repetitions that he needed is not the ideal situation for a Billy offense. And Billy, you just gotta know how to delegate. If you really wanted this job and this opportunity and to win on a big stage, you got one of the top jobs in the country. You got to drop that ego and hire somebody to call plays. You got to step down off that pedestal. Yeah, I like Lagway, but we asking Lagway to elevate a playbook that's just not elevatable. I don't even think that's a word. I did fairly well on ACT and SAT. I don't think that's a real word, but I'm gonna make it a word for today's sake. Everybody regress. Lagway regress. Hell, our All-American long snapper regress. How Rocco regress? Are you kidding me? Penalties, sloppiness. Bro, this is not a year four outfit. There is no excuse. And that my theme of my off season has been there is no excuse for the Florida Gators not to win this year. That's been the theme of my offense. The talent's there. Love the talent acquisition. There is no excuse for the University of Florida not to go make the playoffs. This is a playoff caliber team. People were trying to sprinkle in, oh, what if Ladway get hurt? They was trying to sprinkle that in. And I say, regardless of that, bro, we ain't gonna do the what ifs if he get hurt. Looking at this roster, this is a playoff caliber team. Straight up. There's no excuse. Undisciplined, penalties. You take 14 points. You had 150 yards in the first half. You early in the fourth with 150 yards, 6 points. You took 14 points off the board for bad football. Some people saying Hanson. I've been like, hey, bro. I my first tweet of the game, right, was please don't come out in 12 personnel. What we came out in. 12 personnel. We got all these Ferraris, but we put in the Ford Tauruses on the field. What are we doing, boss? What are we doing? We got the fastest wide receiver room in the country. And we nicking and dunking to tight ends. We got 2 receivers on the field with 2 tight ends. Like it's none of it makes sense. Trust your eyes. You don't have to be a football coach. You don't have to be a football guru. You don't have to go to the NFL or play college football at a high level to see and know bad football. You can be a passionate fan that just watch a lot of podcasts, watch a lot of YouTube channels, and you see good football, over the years, and you know when this shit is good or bad. Don't gaslight the fans. If a fan want to be mad and tweet about bad plays and bad play calling, let that fan rant. Mind your own fan business. Let everybody get their takes off. Straight up. Bro, ain't nothing you clowns can say. Like, I do, this is what I do. This is what I do. I talk this talk, bro. Win, lose, or draw. I talk this talk. I talk football. I talk passionate about the team. All I care about is the logo. These coaches change. You guys fall in love with a coach, and when he go 2-10, you disappear and fall off the planet. Not me, not I. Nah, because I don't care about the coach like that. I don't cheer for the coach. I cheer for the team. And when the coach is not getting the job done, I'm gonna show up on these podcasts and my content, these logo talks. I don't know what my shit just tried to do. I had a notification pop up. I'm gonna pop up on all my content. I'm gonna get my takes off regardless, bro, because that's what I do. I do my job. I can't tackle. I can't, run a 4.40 and go, run a streak and hopefully DJ Lagway hit me in the chest. Vernell Brown got to catch that ball too, right? Players got to make plays. It was players are put in certain positions to make plays and they didn't, but it still all falls on the coach. This is year 4 in the program. You either winning or you're not. It's a bottom line business. Like I had a terrible, just my stomach was. I got nauseous when I seen Scott Strickland's extension. Because I know one of the reasons we didn't go get a head coach last year, a new coach, was because of his decision and where we were with the president spot, and we got an intern there. Now he just got an extension. How you get an extension, right? You get an extension in the pay raise with the demotion clause included in it. Trust your eyes. Like trust your common sense. If it don't make sense, it just don't make sense. None of that makes sense to me. That's bad business. Overall coaching, shout out to Todd Golden and the basketball team. They did just win a natty. But you look at the overall coaching and the overall win percentages of what he got going on, Scott Strickland in charge. It's not a pretty picture. It's a scandals, few scandals. I don't want to get into all that because this is not that type of show. I don't really get down like that. But an extension, a pay raise, and a demotion all in one contract is nasty work. Tell them Silk said it. You can go back to Silk, or you can say Corey, whatever works for y'all. Hell, y'all can say Auntie too. Auntie fine though, like the real Auntie. Y'all boys be on these apps joking. Let's talk about it. They worried about the wrong thing. I ain't even finna get into my real. We got a full fall of just takes and shenanigans, bruh. You know how it is. When coaches start getting fired, coaches start leaving, people start getting they behind the scenes takes off. They worried about the wrong thing. They're not focused on the play on the field and getting better as a football team. Spot the ball. Spot, man, listen, it sounds good. The rollout. What a hell of a rollout to lose to USF. Spot the ball. You go to SEC media days talking confidently. That's what I said, bro. He talking with his chest out. He's talking about the talent on his roster. He's saying to the SEC media and to the Gator fans, there's no excuse. And then to roll this mid out, no consistency in nothing. Early in the game, Jaden Ball running downhill, smashing stuff. You go away from that and give us the quadruple reverse, triple flea flicker, whatever you got going on, fam. Like, no, what are we doing? Our trick plays only tricking us, the fans. We don't know where the ball at. We be like, yo, what, what just happened? A beautiful incompletion. It's unserious, bro. Any serious executive, any serious CEO, which a head coach is, bro, they spot they mistakes, they spot they flaws in the system, in the business, and they patch it. They go higher. They find the right people, the right talent to make up for their inadequacies, bro. In year 4, you haven't found nobody to hire to pick up the things you lack. You can't be the smartest guy in the room, Billy. Just keeping it a bean. I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room when I'm doing business with dudes, bruh. I want to be around smart, intelligent dudes that could, question whatever I got going on. Hey, bro, we ain't winning like that. Let's switch this up. Did Clemson lose today? Update me. Update me. LSU ain't got to copy nothing USF did. I see one of the fans say LSU's gonna copy everything LSU did. You ain't got to copy. You ain't even got to watch no film. It's the same plays. It's the same exact plays. If we can't beat USF at home, I don't expect us to cut on some magical switch next week, pull out the secret Billy Hive of plays, go to Death Valley and beat LSU. Man, you got to be realistic with yourself. You got to be realistic. What a blown opportunity of talent. What a blown opportunity of talent. You got to rip that band-aid off last year. That band-aid should have came off. We talked about it. I talked about it several times. It's time to move on. Like last year's team was a 10-win team. We got 8. I was consistent with that. We got 8. They figured it out. They started clicking, whatever. You got embarrassed at home. Like, think about it. You got embarrassed at home last year to Miami. Now you're embarrassed at home to USF? Steve Spurrier raised me, bro. Like, what are we talking about? A bona fide killer that would smoke a inferior talented team. Billy plays down to the talent. He plays below the talent. And to be honest, just Golish is a better coach. He out schemed him. He out chess matched him. We was playing checkers with chess playing Golish. Crazy. Where's the streaks down the field? Where's the vertical offense? All this sideways stuff. Like, what are we doing? We almost 4,000 live, man. I appreciate everybody for coming to tune in to watch that nobody like I ain't like I ain't even good at this, right? Tell your favorite podcasters to go live and see if you can get 4,000 people, man, at the drop of a dime, bro. On one app. Nonetheless, this is not about me. This is about what we just saw on the football field, man. Condolences to everybody. Or just sad, man. Just prayers to everybody that went to this game, dog. I was tempted. I had somebody offer me some free tickets last weekend, this week, and my son's actually in the boot, so we're not even playing on Saturday. We went out to watch his game, but I was tempted to go because I'm just like, all right, Jit gonna be out 2 weeks. I probably could go watch the LIU and the USF game without missing one of his games. Some told me, nah, watch it on the Samsung on 4K. You may need some kush just to mellow you out, brother. Keep your anxiety in check. I know it's LIU, I know it's USF, but it's also it was what we thought it was last year. There may be some fans out there that think there's some miracle turnaround with this season. But I'm here to tell you, no sirree, Bob. I don't see it, man. Not with the expectations that was set on this team. The expectation was playoffs. This is not a playoff caliber team. When you saw it last week, this was not a playoff caliber team. All that vanilla talk, no. I don't care if you run a bubble screen. I don't care if you're running off tackle. I don't care if you're running an ISO. You still got to execute it. Even if you high in plays, execution is execution. If you're not executing properly versus LIU, you're not going to turn that on in 2 weeks versus LSU. Everything starts at the top, man. What are we talking about? Now, I don't think there's no 4-win team. It ain't nothing like that. You might got you 67 in there. You may even go win 8, and duplicate it, but you're spinning your tires in mud. You're going nowhere. You're going nowhere. The only team in the state that's making progress, bro. I'm just gonna keep it a bean, bro, because none of it matters. All the fans, I'm gonna be a fan. But when we talking football, the only team that's making progress is Miami, bro. Everybody else is spinning their tires, getting nowhere fast. Mario got the 10 wins in the outfit, the football team he put on the field versus Notre Dame. That shit looked legit on both sides of the trenches. You know, um, he's a terrible game manager, but with that schedule shit, you ain't really got much to manage. And they're just making progress. Everybody else is just spinning. We spinning tires. We got nowhere. Billy buy our bread to go get all these top notch recruits and all this speed, verified speed. We got a track team on our football field that could probably go run with our track team. It's one of the best track programs in the country. We got 100-meter, 200-meter guys that could fly, and we asking them to run bubble screens, fam. USF DBs played on their toes. They played coming downhill. They was never threatened. They never felt like they had to get on, a racehorse to go catch nobody. Vernell, that play to Vernell was the first time where we got behind a receiver. We ran a route that the receiver was behind the DB and we threw the ball. Why are you going to get all this speed? You just want to dink and dunk it. Don't buy a Ferrari, bro, and put regular unleaded gas in it. Like, what are we talking about? I ain't gonna be on here long. Like I said, I gotta go cook my son a cheeseburger. Life is still life, bro. We just gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it on Stadium Miguel. I'm gonna talk about it again on the Top 25 show. Y'all make sure y'all tune into all the content. But I podcast, I entertain. The head coach has changed. The logo remained the same. Call that shit plain. Luckily, I got my wits about me, bro. I be on this bitch about to cry like Dave. I was thinking about shedding a tear. I said, man, I might get on this shit and cry like Dave did a couple years ago. I feel you, Dave. I want to cry a little bit. I want to shed a tear, man, watching the program that Steve Spurrier built be called like with this shit we just saw, bro. You kidding me? Somebody gotta do something, bro. Like somebody gotta say and do something. I can't fire nobody. I tried last year. I don't have the media power to overcome the lack of a president, the lack of, administration, organization, and all of that. We don't have that type of platform. But it's been this is a real like legendary program, storied program. Ridiculous, brother. Boy said gotta hit the Powerball. We gonna do with the Powerball, bro. They got money. They spending big bread. Like I'm gonna tell y'all, like NIL wise, all that they spending bread. Ain't no lack of none of that. In the past, we used to say, oh, they lacking resources. We not spending, man. We spending money. Staff size, NIL, like all of that. Money being spent. The product not matching what's being spent. Now, there ain't nothing to say about Florida fans. Florida fans, like, we show up, bro. It's gonna be when we pull back up for the Texas game. It's gonna be fans in the stands. Like the fans are passionate about this program. They care more about Billy being a good guy. Billy's a great guy. Billy knows everybody's family, the family ins and outs, all of that, bro. I think the character of the team, like the way you're supposed to build a team with good people, good morals, all of that, the team's built well. Great, great dude. Great dude. Would love him to be the youth pastor for my son on a Friday night. Send him, youth night. Have a great time with, youth pastor Napier. But football, there's no killer instinct on that sideline right now, bruh. Whatsoever. I'm still looking for, there's some leadership, some rah-rah leadership. I like Tyree Sapp and all that. Offensive side of the ball, we lacking some leadership there. But that just come with being confident. If the players ain't confident in what they running, it's hard to lead. When you prepare and you're confident, you can see it. Last week, we didn't look prepared and confident. Average football player can't see that. When you just fan out, you can't see that. All you see is an orange and blue, and oh no, maybe you just find whatever excuse you can find and say, oh, maybe we were just high in plays. Maybe we just got it's just LIU. We scored. Look how many points we scored. We covered the spread. That's what a fanned out fan says. You just put the orange and blue goggles on. But if you're looking at this thing unbiasedly last week, you can see it's like, nah, this team offensively doesn't look confident. They're not sure about what they're running. And if you're not confident, all that leadership and everything else is just not gonna click. This is not they gotta find whatever they're gonna find the season to finish this season. I don't know how bad the season gotta go for us to fire somebody and go get another coach. That ain't my job. All I'm gonna do is every week show up and talk to y'all about what the hell I'm seeing. I called it this morning. I said I'm doing a logo talk after the game. I wasn't expecting no great magical game from us. I just had that feeling, bro. Like usually I wake up and start talking shit. And I ain't wake up talking shit. Because I didn't feel the greatest about what I saw last week. It was too clunky. It's too clunky. What we at, about 32 minutes? Been hanging out. This is logo talk, man. Let me try to catch y'all been going crazy in the comments, but let me just scroll up and see if I can find some interesting talking points. Nah, bro, I just don't see. I'm not gonna say he can't recruit with. I think they'll recruit and they'll finish decently with. However, bro, these kids don't care about winning no more like that, bro. They just want a bag of money. Like they really like. So I'm not gonna say the recruiting will fall off because of this loss or anything like that. Because these young jits don't care these days. Where the bag at? But for the sake of the program and getting to that next level, Nation will transfer. He ain't getting no burn. Bro, I don't know what they selling to the receivers, bro. Like, I mean, I get Pearsall and all. It's just not a sexy offense to be a receiver in. One or two guys is gonna go off and get drafted high. Now they've been showing that. Like Billy recruits the position well. He's gonna get a guy drafted high, but like for multiple receivers to come sign up and want to be a part of this offense, I just see too much 12 personnel if I'm a receiver that want to come play in it. Too much sideways running. If I'm a track star, I want to go run vertical. I want to get behind the defense. Shout out my man Alex. Fire that mofo now. Fire him now. Hey, bro, I'm with you when you're right, man. I said fire him last year, bro. Like, caught some flack. Shout out to Billy Haters. You guys fired him too early. No, I didn't fire him too early. I'm just a fan, that just love this program. And what I saw last year was a lack of attention to detail in a lot of aspects. Like for the special teams to come in and snap the ball over um, over the punter's head. It's just fitting. Like special teams has been not the greatest here, so it was just fitting. I need somebody to pop the comments up for me next show. What up, Jen? What up, Tiny Hat? I'm catching up on everybody in the comments, man. Shout out to everybody that pulling up, bruh. Y'all know how I do, bro. I don't take none of this stuff personal, dog. This is entertainment. You people that do take it personal, y'all the weirdos. I don't take any of this personal, dog. I talk shit. I watch football. I talk about football. Hey, bro, I appreciate you, bro. Like, hey, TC, you know, you're a good dude, bro. You ain't come on here to keep me while I was down. You say you're gonna help me out by getting Billy ass out of here. I appreciate your energy, my brother. You all right with me, man. You can come on this show anytime, bro. Come pop up and hang out with me. Yeah, this is considering that he got year 4. Shout out my main lane chains in the building. If you ain't a Gator, your Gator Bait podcast, my guy is in the building. Everybody that's hanging out, man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. We almost at 5,500 live. Y'all smash that retweet button, hit like, go on YouTube, subscribe, all of that. This is Logo Talk. I'm going solo to get in my bag. We're gonna do a unfortunately, I gotta do a same energy Sunday tomorrow with these dudes. So y'all pray for me. I'm just gonna go in there and vibe. I'm just gonna let everybody talk they trash, bro, and just chill. Yeah, the offensive line wasn't pushing their thing, bro. Like it was a couple times where the running backs made some things happen, and they had some gaps here and there. But overall, like after that first drive, it was just iffy with the offensive line for me. But it just comes down to like the position you're putting the players in. Like the offense is so redundant that it's crazy. It is not going to be a long year, brother. It ain't gonna be a long year. Like it would have been a long year if he'd have lied to me this week. We would have won this week. We would have covered the spread. We won by 17. You know what I'm saying? Uh Play LSU close. I may talk to Miami Greasy at that point, right? And then when I get smoked that game, then it's a long season. But right now, like all that long season, that bitch cut short. Right now, my expectations, how the DBs do it, how they do it, the football players doing when they make big plays on defense. You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. There's too many young good coaches out here, bro. The board has been reset. There's a lot of good coaches we could have went and got last year. And every time we bring up the coach, don't talk about who they lost to, who they won to this week, last week. It's about the skills and the talent of the coach. Is he a talented offensive coordinator? Can he call plays? Is his offense innovative? Can he hire well? All of that. I love Golish. I love Rhett Lashley. Fran Brown is getting his boot smoked, but he's at Syracuse. I like Fran Brown. Give me a guy with some spunk, some energy. The team is going to reflect the head coach. If the head coach is flat, the team is not going to be no fired up team. Team going to be a very calm, youth pastor vibe team if that's what's coming from the top. I need a fiery coach with some energy. It's the Flow Factory, man. It's Logo Talk. It's not no big four. It's a big three. Ain't no big four. It's the big three. We just gotta. I don't want Kiffin. Like I'm trying to get some stability in the program and get a serious coach. You know, like it ain't. Hey Chisholm, quit all this big three, big four, big five. This will forever be the big three. Just in a point in time, everybody in the big three just not big three and at the same time. Last year, it was Florida State that went 2-10 that looked like a mess, right? It's just been one team good for a couple years and then they fall off. But there's no big three, big four, any of that. UCF gets good for a few years, and then they turn to mud for the next decade. Same thing with USF. It's just there's no sustainability with any of those programs because they don't have the resources, they don't have the history, they can't go recruit with the big boys, none of that. So they can't be big anything. We just need to get a big boy coach, a grown up. I ain't gonna lie, I've seen better sets from my son's Pop Warner team this morning than I did from us. Like, shout out to my Pop Warner coach, bro. You know his personnel, put guys in the position. He like Pop Warner, Dan Mullen. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had a good afternoon. I can't wait for my son to get back out there, bro. I'm like, oh man, like get him out the boot. They got the Gator vibes on my son in the boot. Defense, could the defense look better with Caleb Banks back? Yeah, I don't even think the defense looked terrible. I mean, if you hold a team to like USF to that many points, you should be able to win the football game. The over under was like 55 points, 17-point spread. I think the defensive line could be better. Bet, I ain't even mad at like he did Bet make a terrible decision? Yeah, but the football guys did what they supposed to do this game. Straight up. Like, I'm not mad at Bet for the spitting. Terrible play, right? Terrible mindset. I don't like that from a player. But in this instance, move out the way and let the football guys cook. Prolonging the inevitable. Prolonging the inevitable. It should have been done last year. On here, cool, calm, and collected, man. Got me a happy Thursday drink. I'm gonna cook and do my job regardless this fall. If they don't win, we're gonna pull up the logo talk. If they win, we finna pull up and talk about it. Cause somebody gotta talk about it. I'm gonna try my best not to cry like Dave. But if they go down to Hard Rock and get they boots smoked, I may have to come on this bitch and really cry. Excuse my language. This is a family show. Shout out to my guy Dave. I know Dave finna get in his bag too. Shout out to everybody that's doing Gator content. Talk about it Monday, my guy. Y'all make sure y'all pull up to, if you ain't a Gator, you Gator Bait podcast, man. Solid takes from them folks. Pull up to everybody. We gonna all be talking about it. Did Billy do a post game? Because I can't stomach to go watch nothing like that right now. Did Billy do a post game? They worried about the wrong stuff, family. I'm telling y'all. Some of the stuff they worrying about, football coaches shouldn't be worried about. CEOs that's trying to call the plays shouldn't be worried about a lot of stuff they worried about. We'll talk about that later. We're gonna talk about it now. It's time and season for everything, but they are worried about the wrong things. Football, winning football games is the focus for the football coaches and the football teams. It's a lot of business going on, right? Around college football. There's a lot of shenanigans going on around college football, but at the end of the day, all the fun and games, all the money being made, all the endorsements, all the shenanigans, none of that matters if you don't win football games. It's noise in the system. Ain't that what they call it in Gainesville when it start getting a little weird? Noise in the system. Keep it respectful though. Everybody keep it respectful, man. Like, people want to make Gator fans, seem unrealistic and all of that. No, keep it like, articulate your football thoughts and your disagreement with how things are going. Articulate that in a constructive way. We ain't got to tag people, the coaches, the staff, any of that. Keep it respectful, but be loud. Be loud. We can't call plays. We can't tackle nobody. We loud in that stadium when we going to cheer for this team. And when things are not going right, we're going to be loud as well. We have more sellout games than most teams in the country. Good product, bad product, whatever. The best fans in college football, bro, are Gator fans. I'll argue that day in and day out. I don't care how, like, Miami can look good. The right week, it's going to be 10 people in that stadium in a good season. The best fans in college football, we deserve better than the product that's being put on the field. We deserve better than being gaslit. When majority of the fan base is saying, hey, bro, this ain't it. We got the number one quarterback recruit in the country. We just pulled in two of the top receivers in the country out of high school. Even before then, you just grabbing top guys. The top defensive end, LJ McCray, you grabbing top killers. It ain't adding up. I ain't beefing with nobody. Some people in my comments on Twitter, I'm just gonna be. I love myself. I'm not finna beef with you about Billy Napier in year 4. It's just not finna happen. I'm gonna get my takes off. I'm gonna respect y'all disagreeing with me. If you still disagree with me, then God bless you. I'm gonna pray for you at church tomorrow. If you still believe in, the trajectory of where we at as a football program. If you still believe in it, then your faith system is definitely better than mine. Oh my God. I'm catch up. You can learn a lot from this game. I learned a lot from this game. I learned a lot from every game that Billy done coached. I learned a lot. Somebody had said on the timelines, like, if he was smart, he would give up the play. No, if he was smart, he would have gave up the play calling 2 years ago. Like, there's nothing smart about it now. It's just what it is. I'm planning for my body. I might plan a vacation on my. I'm gonna need like my anniversary is in October. I'm going somewhere. I'm gonna need an escape from this season. I'm gonna get my touch grass quotes ready. Might drop some touch grass merch. There it is. My favorite quote: when things ain't going right, right there. Ultimately, we can do better. No shit. It's a loss. Nobody looked at the play calling at the end of last year and say, ultimately, we could do better. Let's hire somebody else. Chisholm, you my guy. And I don't think the highest of Miami. But when I looked at Miami last week and I looked at us, I backed away into the bushes like Homer with my shit talking. Because I was just like, yo, that team looks more organized, put together. It's game 1. They had to go to 100 miles per hour. They ain't got no warm-up game. And the way they looked to perform in the game versus one of the top coaches in the country, they walked out with a dub. Notre Dame had to fight their way back into that game. Let's just keep it a bean. And then LIU, we looking clunky. But before I could say that last week on the timeline, you got to let it play out and let the fans see for themselves. But I did tweet last week. I'm going to keep it plain because these coaches change, bro. They change. I've seen it too many times. I don't smoke on shows no more. I almost just fired up. I haven't smoked on the podcast in a few years, bro. I almost just fired up. It's that type of night. I gotta hit Publix before. What time is it? Now, hey, I'm about to wrap this up in about 10 minutes, man. Talk to me. Y'all got questions? Engage with me. I'm almost at an hour. I gave y'all boys an hour. Come over here and kick it with me to vent. I don't know what you're saying, Chisholm. But there's no way a goalish team with 50 new players This team had like 40. I had DVD. I did a podcast with DVD. I did an interview with him in the offseason. He told me they had like 48 to 54 new players that they brought in that were new to the roster. Literally no continuity. A fresh new team. You can do the rest of the thing. I don't want to think for you. I'm just giving you the information. You can think for yourself. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. It's a shame, man. It is a shame, man. All I have to say to Billy, bro, after hyping me up with spot the ball, spot the ball, spot the ball. Now you coming out with the sad
I
ball.
don't feel like you standing on business, nigga.
Spot the ball, spot the ball. Now we finna get coaching speak. Let me in the presser.
I don't feel like you standing. I don't feel like you standing on business, nigga.
Let me in the presser. Who is that? That was that Oklahoma charging the fans $350 to get in the presser? I got $350, man. I might show up to the Texas game with $350. Like open that part of it up. Because when the coach speak start, I need somebody to grab the mic. If they don't throw a shoe like the one guy did at George Bush when he was president, I need somebody to just let them know, man. You told us to spot the ball. You got us hyped, and we lied to the fans. We lied to our rivals.
I don't feel like you standing on business, nigga.
You're not standing on business, Billy. You got us hyped to lose to USF in front of all the hoes. That's crazy. That is crazy.
I don't feel like you standing on business, nigga.
Who is from North Carolina? Offense look vanilla. This is the offense. It don't look vanilla. It's bro. His playbook just says vanilla. Vanilla 1, vanilla 2. Like when they look at the wristband, it just say vanilla 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is what it is. Nothing has changed. I've been waiting for this offense to graduate and get to that next level, to graduate from middle school to high school, and then eventually go from high school to college. And we have gotten Nathaniel. We've gotten the same. I thought we were. I'm thinking it was because of Mertz we wasn't going vertical. Got me lying all off season talking about we playing touchdown to check down is what I said. I'm gonna hold myself accountable, dog, because like I ain't tripping on Lagway, bro. He's just looking like he's supposed to look without playing a spring in the fall. It's a little rusty. But that ain't why we lost his football game. We lost his football game because we don't have a guy at the top, the CEO. The job is too big for him. Just that's my opinion. No disrespect whatsoever. I'm not gonna disrespect anybody. I'm not gonna call anybody out their name. I think the job is too big for him. I think the level of coaches he's facing from week to week are football heady guys that are just the job is too big. Golish is not at the top of the list of guys he's about to face this fall. He ain't near the top. And you was at home. Kidding me? Get back to the comments, man. Billy ain't standing on business. Not standing on business. Hold on. I need a mouse. Bro, there's no turning over the play calling. Let me ask you this question. Everybody's saying turn. Who on this staff? My brother in Christ. Let me ask you this, man. My brother in Christ. Turn the play calling over to whom? Like, who in the hell on this staff would make you sleep better at night by giving them the keys to the offense? My brother in Christ, please enlighten me. Who that is? Because whatever name you name, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, go fire up the coaching boards, brother. January 6th, find my Viking hat. Y'all know the vibes, man. We have the right to peacefully protest, is what they said on January 6th. We have the right to peacefully protest, brother. My brother in here, I see Fragrance Journey. What's up with it? My brother in here, he say Trey Pound. I didn't see my brother put no comment in here. Let me see. Where you see Trey Pound at? I don't see bro comment. I'm just hanging out, man. I got my big boy camera on too, so I don't know if it's gonna. That should be powering off. It ain't really made for streaming like that, so sometimes it just be dying out. I have to go to the regular computer webcam, so I'm anticipating that. I don't see my brother Trey in here. Shout out my brother if he in here. Yeah, my brother disappeared. So he like one of Florida. He a Florida State fan too, so he might show back up. His 2-10 ass was gone last year though. My brother ain't taught me about football in about 18 months. My brother, we talk on the phone every day. That boy ain't said nothing about Florida State in 18 months. I'm gonna hear about it this week though. I ain't mad at it, bro. I just cheer. I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan of just Florida football and all of this stuff, bro. I don't take none of this personal. The team losing, like the fans that take this personal and want to, like fight people and talk about their family, y'all the weirdos. My team started losing. I'm just talking shit about my coach. I ain't gonna talk about your wife and your kids, or what you do for a living. None of that. None of that's gonna make Billy call an excellent game. Billy Tricks plays are ass. That's the best way I could put it. Billy's trick plays. Is this shit working in practice? I gotta ask Nick that. Is this shit working in practice? Because they take too long to develop. I seen them pitching that ball back to Lagway. Like I seen it clear as day. When they did the little reverse thing, and I'm watching Lagway just mingling and hanging around and dropping back deep enough to catch the pitch. Like you can see all that kind of playing out. I'm like, man, this shit ain't finna work. While Jaden Ball is running downhill with like a different type of energy. That drive, Jaden Ball was running downhill like a madman, bruh. You slow up all that momentum, your offensive line momentum. That's why I said it ain't just on the offensive line. You got to put these guys in favorable situations. If they running down on a team, we almost at 8,000 live, man. We hanging out. Y'all smash that retweet button for your boy. We running down on this team. Marching the ball 60, 70 yards. And then you try to double reverse, flea flicker, deep bum throw, the annexation of Haiti and Puerto Rico. For what? You overthinking this, boss. You overthinking this, boss. Ball is different. Ball is the best player on offense right now. Feed him. What happened to Ball second half? Going to 12 personnel to like Livingston dropping that pass, bro. I've been saying that about the tight ends, bro. Like I like Hanson a little bit, but you got one guy that's making okay plays. He's not explosive. You use him sparingly. That ball dropped to Livingston ain't nothing new. He was making the last game, Florida State game last year. He was making bonehead mistakes, bro. And it's not nothing, no shot at the kids. None of this is ever personal. When you playing a game of football, criticism comes with it. Not disrespect, but criticism. And if your play on the field is not lining up and you making mistakes, we gotta criticize it. And I'm like, it just hasn't been there. We should not be going. I said this all off season. There's no reason for us to be in 12 personnel a lot. The strong suit where our money is invested on our roster is not tight end. It's just bad business. You spend a lot of money getting top tier receivers in this offense, man. You spend a lot of money getting a top tier quarterback that can stretch the field. You spent very minimum money with the tight ends you got in on here, bro. Like there, you didn't even recruit highly touted tight ends. It just doesn't make sense for the tight ends to get the amount of targets that they got. Like some of the positions that these players are put in, it should be the receivers that we've invested a lot of money in. There's a lot of talent, a lot of speed. The offense is not centered around that talented receiver room going vertical and making big plays. And I do now pronounce Vernell Brown the third, the guy that runs the jet sweeps and do the orbits. You now get the cardio from Billy, my guy. Eugene Wilson still not being used right. And it ain't Eugene Wilson. It ain't everybody on the roster. Maybe I seen fans sending on the message. Maybe it's Eugene. Maybe Eugene ain't doing this right. It's everybody on the roster. It ain't everybody on the roster, fam. Every player on the offense is something wrong with them, something they not doing right. It's the offensive line, it's Eugene, it's Lagway, it's the tight ends, or maybe it's the guy in charge not putting everybody in favorable positions to go win a football game, bro. How about that? It's 9:27. I got to catch Publix before 10 so I can make my son a cheeseburger. Dad life. Feel me? I appreciate y'all, 8,000 people pulling up. Hear me talk about this program and football team I love and this head coach that I need out of the swamp, man. It ain't nothing personal. I like Billy talent acquisition. But unfortunately, it's just not a talent acquisition business. You got to take the guys that you acquired, put them on a football field, and then, practice, get them, knowledgeable of the playbook in the classroom, get them strong in the weight room, all of that. And then you go out on the football field and then execute the plays. So you could gather all the best talent in the world. Shout out to Ron Zook, he did it. But if you can't close with it, it's time to move on. I just don't know if we're in a position to move on. We spinning our wheels. We got an interim president. And once again, I'm gonna say it again. We got an athletic director that's got an extension, a pay raise, and a demotion all in one contract. Now, if your job have never done that before, then you're right. It doesn't make sense to give a guy a raise in one contract, 5 more years, and then say, you know what, that 5th year, we're going to demote you to be the assistant athletic director. Like, what? This is unserious. If you're doing your job good, why are they planning to demote you in 5 years if you're doing the job well? Sometimes I be thinking I got the good weed and I just smoke like better than everybody. And I just have epiphanies, but that don't sound like a smart contract, my guy. We almost at 10K live, brother. What are we doing in the swamp? We got upset by USF. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bruh? I ain't had it on my bingo card. I thought a lot of things could happen this fall, but Billy losing to USF, I did not think, bruh. I woke up with a feeling like, last week was when it kind of started raining. Like, bro, I don't know about this team, bro. Like, I didn't expect us to come out and throw the ball and pitch the ball. It's just like I said, the execution, like the simple thing of I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, I make more money than you. LIU ain't got nobody making over $10,000 a year in NIL. I guarantee you, nobody's over there making no money. I'm supposed to come out here and push you around. LIU's football programs are recording the media on an iPhone 3GS. I'm watching the media they put out. We sent a plane to them people. We playing Uber plane. We sent them a plane, flew them here, flew them out. We supposed to bully them and throw them around. The score looked okay, but if you watching football past the surface, you can see the bullshit in between, the lines. And it was a lot of bullshit. Excuse my language. If you're on YouTube, cut it off the big screen on the TV. Watch it on your phone, man. Said we need a wake-up call. Brother, this ain't a wake-up call. This is a hospice call. Hold on, let me put my guy up there, bro. He said wake-up call. I'm gonna put the comment on the screen. This is not a wake-up call, my brother. Hold on, there you go. My boy said, shout out to Miles Bridges 2K. We needed that wake-up call, man. Long season, bro. Too much off-season presser reading. Bro, this is not a wake-up call. This is when hospice calls you and say, get your affairs in order. That's what this call is. Get your affairs in order. This thing is almost over, boss. Like what could change in your mind? Like engage with me more and come in with me. Let's talk to me. What could change this season? This team is not about to make a playoff. Yeah, we need a priest, my brother. We need a priest and a estate sale setup. We need to start planning an estate sale. Getting, making sure the will in order. So nobody be fighting over the life insurance. Smash that retweet button, man. It don't cost nothing to show love, dog. We hanging out, man. Shout out to Jaden Ball. You a bona fide gangster, my boy. Shout out to Vernell Brown III. You a bona fide gangster. There's a lot of bona fide gangsters on this roster. We just ain't got no gangsters calling no plays, bro. Even I like the way Sharif Denson played today too, man. Shout out to that boy. Shout out to the 904, man. You're a bona fide gangster, Sharif Denson. Straight up. Who else was a bona fide gangster today, man? Yeah, it was plenty of red flags last week. If you just took the time out, I just vibed after that, bro. I was very chill this week because I was like, let me see. We're in a group chat talking about what game. Thornton is a verified. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Bryce Thornton. He swear he a mob black. Just everywhere, making plays. Shout out to 18. The number ugly, but you get busy, my boy. Bonafide gangster. Feed the ball. That's all they had to do. Real deal. It's like when something start working, Billy was just like, "Oh, that's working good. Oh, let me. I got something for the ass now. Let me try something real quick. Since that worked, I can go back to it later because that seemed to be working. None of it makes sense. Like I said, ball was running downhill on the people, and then you call all these crazy reverse passes, huh? Like, bro, don't get too like my grandma used to tell me, don't get too spotty. You trying to get too spotty, too big for your britches. There was I'm gonna disagree with that. I see my guy said there was no easy. There was some easy throws. Lagway missed them. I'm gonna keep it a bean. That's my guy. Lagway missed some throws he should have made. Lagway missed some throws he should have made. And that's cool. I don't think he was a reason we lost this game. We lost this game because of coaching. I ain't gonna talk crazy. None of them boys. Coaching. Straight up. This year 4, bro. Man, I had a million excuses about Dan Mullen players, retooling this roster the right way and a certain way he wanted to do it. It's gonna look ugly. It's looking ugly in year 4. I think Gator fans have been hella patient. Some of y'all been patient, but some of y'all have forgot who the hell we is. How many programs got 3 Heisman statues out in front of their stadium, bro? Like, not many. You got 3 natties, dog. I seen all 3 of them. These ain't natties from the 70s and 60s and 50s. I seen all 3 of my natties. My expectations, like I'm real, right? So my expectation is not to go win no natty every year. So I'm not concerned about when the last time we won one, none of that, because my expectation is not to win a natty every year, bro. They won 3 in my lifetime, 3 in the history of the program. I mean, they took one, so you could say 4 because of NCAA shenanigans. They took one, so you can say 4 if you want to, but 4 in the history of a program is not a ton. So any fan that has expectations to win a natty every year is just unrealistic. That's not my expectation. My expectations at the University of Florida is to finish in the top 12. That's not a bad, like they've expanded the playoffs to 12 teams, and that's far-fetched for the University of Florida now. Get the hell out of here. That's my expectations. Is to compete for the SEC, to compete in the playoffs, to compete for those things, the SEC championship, and to make it to the playoffs. Those are reasonable expectations. You heard? Smash that retweet button, hit like. I gotta make it to Publix before they close. Oh, I'm out. I'm out. I got like 20 minutes, bro. Hey, I'm out, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. It's Logo Talk. You know, 9,000 live is not, anything to just blink your eyes at, brother. It's gonna be a good football season, no matter how it shake out. Touch grass, touch ass, enjoy life. And we up out of here, man. See, I like the hospice call, good fix. I believe it's play calling, fam. Yeah, it's all of that. It's all of that, bro. We out of here, bro. It's Logo Talk. I see y'all during the week. Make sure y'all put up Stadium Miguel on Monday. Same Energy Sunday tomorrow. The top 25 show with me and my man Steve Harris on Thursday. We lit. We lit. Also, too, before I get out of here, if you follow my whatever I got going on, I'm absolutely cooking in the NIL agency world. Pay attention, stay locked in. We got some big names, some big prospects that we're gonna be bringing on to the Flow Factory team. My man JJ Johnson went out to Texas this week to do his visit out there. Defensive tackle that's committed to Texas out of Fort Myers, is at Miami Northwestern. He's on the Flow Factory roster. And we got some absolute dogs and killers that we bringing onto the Flow Factory roster, man. Watch how we move in the NIL world as an agency. We out here absolutely cooking. It ain't just me. I got a team of killers that will make themselves known as business start to roll out. We out of here, bro. Business is booming. Life is booming.